Good morning or good afternoon for wherever you're located. I am Lolo. If you are new here or you're just recently watching, my name is Lolo, aka System of Curves. I am a polycystic ovarian sufferer and a type 2 diabetic. This page, again, is the Sisters Chat Room if you're new here, again. And this is mainly to discuss all things sisterly and worthy of attention. Doesn't always have to include health-related health-related topics or things that are, related to female fertility and things of that nature. Although that's the primary focus of my channel, I discuss all things tea and everything inclusive of, what's hot popping and relatable to today's modern woman. Now, enough with the intros, right? Right. What are we talking about today? As you see at the bottom of the screen, we are talking about Teatis, the Mealbox. And if you don't know what Teatis Mealbox is, it is a dietitian prepared meal box that is specifically curated for those of us who suffer from type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance. Because if you have PCOS, you will probably suffer from insulin resistance of some form, some more heavily than others. Me, I was excessively insulin resistant, which is what led to me becoming diabetic. Now, excuse me, I did make me some coffee, so you will see me sip between takes because it is the start of my day. I know it's noon, here on the East Coast, but, I tend to sleep in on Sundays. But nevertheless, let's get right into my review. Now, first of all, here is the packaging for the Teatis Mealbox. Now, let me tell you why I love this. Now, of course, I know that I didn't say that this was a gender specified box. Obviously, if you're insulin resistant or have type 2 diabetes, you don't have to be a female to suffer from that. But with the celebration of Women's Month and the celebration of women's health, I absolutely love this. And I absolutely love that it is ethnically inclusive, okay? Because health has no color, right? Health has no rhyme or reason. It attacks all of us, no matter what our, ethnic background is. And being and living and existing in wellness is imperative for us all. So I love the packaging. I also love that it was sturdy when I got it. So, made well, packaged well. It was taped up, so I knew everything inside was probably going to be in good condition. So let's dig right in. Now, I put a video up, a brief unpacking or unboxing, if you will, on my Instagram account, but I'm going to really go into detail here about what's inside the box, my actual thoughts about each item, and just give you some of my insight, just being someone who has suffered from PCOS, know, that my diet is somewhat restrictive in terms of what I can take in. Am I perfect with it? Absolutely not, because let's be clear. If you have PCOS or type 2 diabetes, it is very difficult to cut carbohydrates. And not only is it difficult to cut carbohydrates, it's very, very difficult to find alternatives that actually taste good, that make you want to stay and stick to these alternatives without creeping back to the other side. So I really wanted to go into detail about what was inside the box and my initial thoughts. Because before I absolutely tell someone, hey, you should try this, I got to give my honest review, my honest opinion, and the pluses and minuses. So bear with me. I'm also going to share this link across my other platforms really quickly, so that I can pull in an audience this morning or this afternoon. So give me 1 second. Do that right now since I'm streaming. And if you too suffer from, insulin resistance or PCOS, I would love for you to weigh in on your experience and, some alternatives that you have, tried out that have been working for you during this, live session. So give me 1 second. And I like going live. I know you can do pre-recorded. videos, and that's amazing too. But I like to give you guys my candid reactions when I do things like this. So first, I'm going to go to my LinkedIn because I think it's important to pull people in from LinkedIn. It's something that I've been newly starting out with in 2022, sharing more on my LinkedIn page about some of the things that I have, that I'm passionate about. So let's see. All right, start a post. So bear with me, guys. Teatis. All right. One more second. Copy. So there it goes on LinkedIn. And now let me do it for Facebook because, again, what would I be without tackling all of my sites, right? Okay. Let me go share the link. I'm almost done. Okay, so shared it where I needed to share it. So hopping back into the topic at hand, the Teatis Mealbox, for those of us who are type 2 diabetics, or if you are a sister who suffers from insulin resistance, which 90% of the time you will, unless you have the hormonal type of, PCOS, abnormality. But even with that, research has shown that most, if not all, PCOS sufferers suffer from some level of insulin resistance. So it's important for us to watch our sugars. Let me just hop into the unboxing and give you guys my real actual thoughts. Okay. So number one, let's look at how it works. It says our dietitian created something that works and tastes great. The secret: sustainable lifestyle habits and nutrition customized just for you, because diabetes solutions should not be one size fits all. Okay. So based upon just the opening of the box, right, it gives you the instructions and it talks about book a free virtual appointment with our registered dietitians, receive a customized food and lifestyle plan, and control your blood sugar and get better A1C. Now, if you're not familiar with what is a better A1C with diabetes, to be in control, having your diabetes H1AC level needs to be below 7. Between 6 and 7 means that you are in control. Anything under 6 means that you have triggered yourself back into pre-diabetes. Now, I know that I will share mine. I am at 5.8. I ticked up to 6, but then I'm back at 5.8. So I'm right now hovering in pre-diabetes. However, my goal is to be diabetes free. So in my journey, I have been trying to find even better ways to control my blood sugar and control my intake so that I'm able to indulge but stick to the plan and the goal at hand, which is to be diabetes free. And beating diabetes, I've always felt like that there is a way to reverse diabetes. You hear mixed signals about that. Some people say once you become diabetic, you're that forever. Some others will say that no, you can reverse the symptoms if you heal the body from what is causing the triggers. And I'm a firm believer that we were made to be healed, that their healing comes from upkeep. Now, obviously, not everything has a cure to it, but I do feel like diabetes and certain types of, diseases and chronic illnesses are a direct reflection of making sure that we're healing our inflammation and figuring out what it is that makes our bodies unique, that makes it tick in the wrong direction. Being here in America, a lot of our food regulations are different than across the world, and we are open to putting about just anything in our mouth, whether it's regulated or not. And we have such an abundance of delicious food to try, in this country. And guess what? I am a person that's going to indulge, and it's a retraining of the mind that has really been something that I have dedicated myself with in 2022 to really try to refocus and shift myself into a space of walking and existing in health, mind, body, and spirit. And that doesn't mean you're going to have great days every day, but it does mean that you are consciously making a decision to stay in a space of health and productivity and making better choices for you each and every day that do not, inhibit you from being excellent and, achieving success. So, sorry about that rant, but that's just something that I wanted to add. So, all right. After the book of the appointment, it says here, and I know you guys can't really see, so I'm going to shift this. I wish I could zoom in. It says, Teatis was born after my partner's battle with cancer. I was her primary caretaker, and throughout this experience, I realized how hard it was to find accessible, nutritious food with great taste. This started my Teatis journey. We're on a mission to build the world's most accessible diabetes platform. We know that diabetes affects your whole life, and we want to be your trusted partner throughout your health journey. Love that mission. And, I just found out actually at a doctor's appointment this week, because I'm undertaking, I should say, another health journey. I've started my bariatric journey, as well as, something to focus on in 2022. And being diabetic, one of the first organs that is impacted is the heart. And my cardiologist told me that, most of the time when someone has diabetes and they pass away, 85% of the time, it has to do with a heart-related issue. That struck me, because as soon as I became diabetic, my blood pressure changed. So I definitely know that that's accurate, because I have never had high blood pressure. I've never had elevated blood pressure my entire life. As soon as I transitioned into becoming diabetic, I immediately had elevated blood pressure. So I know for a fact, much to the mission statement, that diabetes does impact your whole life in every organ. People joke about the sugar. They joke about, oh, you don't want to lose a limb and this, that, and the other, but they ignore that it affects your kidneys. It affects your heart. It affects your brain. It can affect your lungs. It can affect your liver. It's really one of those ailments that slowly tear apart your internal function. So anyway, back into the box. Crush Diabetes 1.0 model, okay? Model 1.0. So what I loved about this, and I told you guys, I got this box a couple of weeks ago, so I've gone through it a little bit. What I loved about this specifically is that it breaks down in a nutshell, without being overwhelming, the important aspects of diabetes, hypoglycemia, what causes certain symptoms, what is the criteria for the Teatis meal replacement, items that are in the box. And we can just go through this, because I found this to be very, very, very informative and very important. So it's the 10-point evaluation. over 7 grams of protein per serving, 200 calories per one portion, over 5 grams of fiber per serving, which is great for digestion. Taste, under 10 grams net of carbs per serving. So it keeps you in ketosis, right? Ingredients and no added sugar. So I love this because what this really, really says to me is that the focus is to keep it as natural and nutritious as possible, not taking away anything that's going to add value to your body, right? And without adding anything additional that'll be harmful. So one of the rule of thumbs that I have, and I don't always follow it, but for the most part, when I go shopping, I try to look for items that have 10 ingredients or less when I pick up the label. Now, obviously, that's not the easiest thing to do, but for the most part, it is something that I've made a practice. And unfortunately, that makes my grocery bill very expensive because I don't get to buy things that are just on sale. So, people joke with me about, oh, you're always shopping at certain spaces, but it's because the quality level and the level of organic or the level of ingredients that I need in my food has to be around a space where these 10 points are, active, right? Because I can't have added sugar. And that includes certain sugar alcohols too. Because what I've learned is some alternative sugars, not all, trigger the same response as having the whole raw sugar. So if it's not raw sugar, it's really for me like, your natural sugars that you would add, like your agave, your honey. I do have a monk fruit sweetener because I found that one is the most palatable for me. I can't really do stevia. I don't like the taste of Splenda, but Splenda is one that also can trigger some, adverse reactions in the body for someone like me who is insulin resistant and very sensitive to sugar alcohols. So yeah, going past that. Then I love lesson 3 because it gives you the methodology of what's a good plate. It gives you examples of non-starchy vegetables, protein, and carbohydrate foods that you can have that, aren't as bad for you as just eating some of the other simple sugars, okay? Also, I love that it gives you a meal tracker and a habits tracker. So if you're working with a dietitian like I am for my bariatric process, or just in general, if you're trying to keep a track of just your habits to break bad habits, I love that they gave you a kickstart here for a week to kind of give yourself an idea of where to start, how to start, and what changes you can make in order to be the best version of yourself, okay? So I'm just going to, show you guys so you can see it right here. Boom, boom. So I'm putting that back in the box. All right. So now to the fun part. The fun part for me will always be the food. Okay. Now, I don't know what anybody else's, Achilles heel is with eating. I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I love potatoes, anything potato, fried, mashed, sauteed, au gratin, baked. I love chips. I love potatoes. Like that is my, I hope there are potato everythings in heaven. Okay. I also truly, truly love ice cream and sweets. Like I love apple pies, apple fritters, ice cream, gummies. I mean, and the thing with being, a person with PCOS, not just diabetes, a person with PCOS, and having flawed insulin sensitivity, because mine is flawed. So let me talk about the main difference between being diabetic and being someone that has excessive insulin resistance, i.e., a woman with PCOS. So being diabetic, usually your body stops producing enough insulin to take the sugar that's in your blood and transfer it into energy. That's why usually when you become diabetic, they put you on insulin to provide your body more insulin so that it can metabolize the sugars out of your food and place it into your bloodstream as energy. And then, obviously you're watching your diet so that you can continue to allow your body to naturally start processing the sugar in your bloodstream as energy and lower your insulin levels, lower your blood sugar reading, and all is well. Insulin resistance, or someone like me with PCOS, it's not that I don't produce enough insulin. My insulin is impaired, so it just does not work. And because of that, I'm always tired. This leads to chronic fatigue, and my body does not properly take what I eat to turn it into energy. So if I eat something sugary, right? My body sees the sugar in my bloodstream. My insulin is there, but it's not doing what it needs to do. It's not doing nothing to the sugar. It's not binding to it. It's not putting it into my cells so that my, body is energized, which makes me as a sister crave more sugar. And what happens to sugar when it's not burnt? It becomes fat, specifically stomach fat. So that is why a lot of women with PCOS have the cystic belly, because we do not metabolize sugar properly. So that is the main difference between being just diabetic and just having insulin resistance with PCOS. I'm not saying that when you are diabetic, you don't crave sugar. Definitely not saying that. But what I will say is it is different than just being insulin resistant, because the sugar cravings are through the roof. Like literally, I remember there was a time period before I became diabetic where I felt like I needed to eat sugar all day. Like I could never stay up. And they teach you like, oh, if you need a quick boost of energy, get a piece of candy, eat something sweet. And it just never worked for me. Never worked for me. And then when I discovered, oh, it wasn't supposed to work because my insulin's impaired, well, you make your changes at that point. Right. So anyway, into the box. Starting with sugar. All right. What I love here is the Wow Protein Donut. Okay. Let me tell y'all. For someone who likes sweets like me, this is perfect. It's got 120 calories, 11 grams of protein. It's chocolate. I'm not a huge chocolate person. I'm more of a glazed donut person, but I'm not opposed to chocolate. And when you go to the back, it's only got 18 grams of total carbohydrates. But if you remember what I said with the 10-point system, it's per serving that they have calculated what goes into this box. So this would be okay. This is actually, and it's only 3.5 grams of fat, I think I said. Maybe I didn't. This is a perfect dessert. It's not going to spike your sugar too much. It's got enough protein, because protein matched with a carbohydrate helps you digest it better and helps that sugar spike from not happening. So this is a perfect treat where you could actually indulge and not feel guilty. Now, I'm not going to try this one now because I'm going to eat this probably later in the day today, actually. But yeah, just know that this is delicious sounding. I'm sure it tastes good. All right. This is called So Good, S-O-W, and it says Blew Your Mind, acai and blueberry granola. Now, I am going to try this. Now, I'm looking at the back. It's got 10 grams of fat. Total carbs are 10, protein 5. And it says delicious, packed with all the rich flavors of the originals we love, just crunchier. Fruits and vegetables are the OG health foods. That's why we don't add a thing. Ambitious, reducing waste to save our planet. Now, let me get into why I like this, okay? The ingredients. I'm sure you guys can't see, but if you can, trying to make it not as blurry. Almonds, hemp heart, maple syrup, blueberries, acai berry, powder, coconut, honey, chia seeds, flax seeds, almond flour, coconut oil. Now, what did I tell you guys about my 10 ingredients or less? This is the type of stuff I'm talking about. Nothing added. Everything that was there is absolutely natural, absolutely occurring on the earth. There is no processing ingredients. There's nothing foreign or scientific like it was made in a lab, okay? So we're going to try it. And this, all right, I'm not even hyping this up, is absolutely delicious. All right. Oh, you don't see that. Absolutely great. Like, I would literally carry these in my purse around if I needed a quick snack, if I'm on the go and I don't want to stop or be tempted to eat something unhealthy. This would be a go-to. Like, the name says it all. This is really delicious. I'm not even trying to exaggerate. Well, yay me, because I hadn't eaten breakfast. Because I intermittently fast too, but that's another discussion for another day. But this is breakfast. This is bomb. Sorry, y'all. Like, I'm in awe at how good this is. I wasn't expecting it to taste this good because I've tried plenty of keto granola product. And maybe it's just me, but a lot of the keto snacks don't be tasting bomb. Okay? A lot of them just don't taste good to me. So, this is delicious. Now, I did try this one the other day. This is called the Kiss My Keto Brownie. And just to give you guys an overview, it has 14 grams of fat. It's 210 calories per serving. It's only one serving per container. Total carbs is 16. Total protein is 10 grams, okay? And then it's 1 gram of sugar per serving. Net carbs, 3 grams. So the carb load in here is completely low carb. Even though it says 16 grams of carbohydrates, what's digested into the body is 1. Personally, again, because I am not a super chocolate person, this doesn't taste bad. It's not my favorite, but it doesn't taste bad. If you're somebody that loves chocolate, you would probably like this. Now, if this came in a blondie form or like a turtle brownie form, I would love it. But I am not a huge chocolate on chocolate person. So that's mainly my critique of this. So it's not my favorite. Can't even lie to y'all. But it's not bad. Now, Bulletproof Collagen Protein Bar Vanilla Shortbread. Keto Friendly. This has 11 grams of carbs, MCT oil, and 2 grams of sugar. I love this, okay? A, it's vanilla shortbread, so I'm probably going to like it. B, MCT oil is just so good for you. Now, if you're not aware of what MCT oil can do, it's coconut amino acids. Look, you want to be alert, add some MCT oil to your coffee in the morning. Gets you through the day, but also it's very, very good for the metabolism. This bar is 12 grams of fat, 12 total carbs, 11 grams of protein. Love the matchup, right? 190 calories per serving. And honestly, it's probably 12 grams of fat because of the MCT oil in it. We all know our oils carry fat. Olive, avocado, coconut, they're fatty oils, but good fats. So MCT oil, since it's derived from coconut, is a good fatty oil, right? And I love that this one, again, it has more ingredients than my usual, but that's because of the MCT oil powder that's added. But everything else, pretty natural. Definitely would, excuse me, recommend. All right. Now, matcha latte oatmeal. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not sure how this is gonna taste. I may follow up with y'all and let you know how this tastes, but I'm not sure what this combo would taste like. I wouldn't add matcha to my oatmeal. It's not something that I would ever think of, but we all know that sometimes the strangest combinations of ingredients turn out to be absolutely delicious, right? But what I do love about this is it has 5 grams of complete protein, 3 grams of fiber, and there's no sugar added. And all you have to do is add water, you can microwave, or you can even do it as overnight oats. So they have instructions here for all 3 preparations. Let me see if I can, me and my camera. Okay, so they have the ingredients for all 3 preparations of this. Total fat is 12, total carbs 28, protein 5. I'm not gonna say that this is probably the best thing that should be in the box. That's just from my personal opinion. For me, as someone with PCOS, the carbohydrates is a little too high, and the protein load is a little too low. Now, what I would probably do to increase my protein intake if I was going to actually eat this is to scramble some egg whites, use some nut milk to add some protein to balance this off. I also, the total fat is 12. That's not too bad, but I definitely think that this one would probably not be my first choice. And I got to be honest, it just probably wouldn't be my first choice for my dietary goals. However, they've got another one in here, taro bubble tea oatmeal. Now, again, weird combination, but this one for me, the total fat is a lot lower. I feel like this would be more palatable, okay, to eat, because taro, if you've had like mochi or certain froyos have taro as a flavor, it's very, very light, very good, not too overpowering of a taste. So I feel like it could be an oatmeal. But what's blaring for me, okay, it says 5 complete grams of protein, 6 grams of fiber, 0 sugar added. It's gluten-free, plant-based, and it's for focus, black tea, taro, chia, and blueberry, USDA organic. All right, doesn't sound too bad. It's got 31 grams of carbs. Now, again, definitely would have to eat this in the morning, like both of these. I mean, they're oatmeal anyway. Definitely would have to eat these in the morning, but some people eat oatmeal for dinner. I wouldn't eat this for dinner. The carbs are too high. That's just my personal opinion. Carbs are too high. But, again, you can add certain other things to increase this protein. They're both only 5 grams of protein. So egg whites it is. Egg whites have no fat in them. So you get the full protein that you need, like a regular egg, minus the cholesterol and fat. So there's that. That's probably how I would do it. Sliced turkey bacon. Balance that on out. All right. Now, here we have Pancake, Keto Friendly. All right. Buttermilk maple, microwavable, 3 grams of net carbs, 10 grams of protein, gluten-free. Now, I don't know if this is an oatmeal or not, but the total fat is 18. I already read to you guys what the protein and the carb load is. Obviously, this is a breakfast food. I'll be trying this tomorrow. May do a recap. Not sure yet, but this is interesting. It's interesting. I'm going to assume it's oatmeal. That's what I'm going to assume. I wonder what it looks like inside when you add water and, microwave. I wonder what this is going to taste like. And I'll be interested to see if it keeps you full, because, keto is supposed to keep you fuller longer. And since this is supposed to be keto friendly, it's worth experimenting with. All right. Sated complete keto meal shake. This is a 1.5 gram of net carbs, 18 grams of protein, 35 grams of total fat. Now, all right, it's got a lot of vitamins and minerals in it. Definitely, for those of us who are doing a meal replacement. I don't personally prescribe to keto. Because I'm nervous about the fat intake about keto, personally, just for heart health. I haven't heard anybody say they've had heart issues, I don't know. But I just know for me, it kind of makes me nervous. I try not to hover above a certain amount of fat a day because I'm on a regimen. But if you're doing keto, I don't see that this would be a problem. It's got 5.6 grams of fiber, 3 grams of prebiotic fiber. That's important, right? 3 grams of omega-3s, very important for heart health. So there's that. 5 MCTs and 27 vitamins and minerals. Again, it's chocolate flavored. So I do plan to subscribe to Teatis as the box. I wouldn't want chocolate. So hopefully there's some other flavors, because again, as I told you guys earlier, I'm not someone who likes chocolate like that, unless it's white chocolate. So hopefully they have a vanilla-based shake. If they do, I'm game. Even a caramel-based. Something other than chocolate. Because I don't like chocolate. But I know a lot of people do. So this is a keto-friendly muffin. Once again, a lot of breakfast foods. So breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So I'm very impressed that there are a lot of breakfast options for us people who like breakfast. I love breakfast. So again, this one has 18 grams of fat, total carbs 17, protein 11. I think that's a good match. I'll definitely be trying this one this week. I'm not as nervous about it. And it's blueberry. Blueberry muffins are my favorite, alongside cranberry and orange. So this is definitely going to be, one that's tried. All right. And we're almost done. I'm going to bring these 3 babies out because I am excited for these. These are keto bone broth. Now, I've heard that bone broth is a good snack for people with diabetes and PCOS, because it gives just the amount of protein, 0 carbs. See, exactly. This has 1 gram of carbs and 1 gram of total fat, but 10 grams of protein. So this is a perfect snack to sip on. If you're hungry and you want something savory, let's say you want some chips or something like that. I've heard that bone broth, and this is salt and pepper chicken flavor, is a good alternative. So I will actually be trying this today. Interested to see how I like it and how full it keeps me. And I will do an update. I know I need to update my blog. I have not updated my blog as of late, but it is definitely on my to-do list. I just get overwhelmed sometimes, y'all. I have a lot to do, and I'm a one-woman show. I need a team, but that's also a story for another day. Hopefully in 2022, I'm blessed with a team or a partner, somebody that can help me plan and finalize and update things that I need to update, because I really want to get back to giving you guys my tips and tricks and things that I'm doing to maintain and manage my PCOS. I always want to be a resource for women suffering with this condition, because it is super, super imperative that education is out there, and not all doctors care. And because all doctors don't care, you'll be steered down the direction of metformin and birth control, and let that be at that, which only masks your symptoms. You're not going to learn how to absolutely tackle PCOS the right way, because you need to heal your body and its triggers you can't just medicate symptoms because you will still not get the results that you need in the long term. So another, shameless plug for systemofcurves.com, but just know she's coming back very soon. But yeah, we're going to try the keto bone broth. Very excited about this. The carbs to protein ratio is perfect. It's broth. Yeah, it's liquid calories, but let's see how many calories it is. It's 50 calories. You honestly, if you need to intake a certain amount of protein a day, this would be perfect and low calorie. Specifically for me, because I am taking a bariatric journey and I will have to be on a liquid diet, I'm definitely going to taste this to see if this is bomb, because if it is, this will be added to make sure that I get the protein that I need during that time period after surgery. If I indeed end up having surgery, I have been very, very committed to my fitness journey for the past few months. My goal is to do this as natural as possible to show that you can heal your body naturally, and do what it needs to, and do what needs to be done to ensure and maintain optimal wellness. Ooh, my tongue. But let me also say that weight loss surgery is not the easy way out, because anyone who has had it and anyone who is thinking about having it and anyone who has gone through, the process, or the, what is it called? The prerequisites, that's the word I would rather use, knows that this is still a journey that requires commitment. It requires a mindset change, an emotional change around food and how food is supposed to serve you. And it really takes you coming in and doing the work. It's not going to do the work for you. Yeah, you might lose a little bit because your stomach is smaller, but if you have not changed how you view food and how you nourish yourself, you'll hop right back up there. And I tell people that's an expensive mistake to make. Expensive and painful. Like, ain't nothing worse than going under the knife, anesthesia and everything else, only to not fix the problem. So we ain't doing all that. All right. We in the process of fixing it now. And if we got to do more to ensure that everything is reversed, we will do that as well. So yeah, that's my spill about the bone broth. All right, so we're down to our last 3 items. This is a ketogenic Tex Mex moment savory bite. Interesting. Tex Mex means Mexican food, American style, because it ain't authentic. We all know Tex Mex is not authentic Mexican food. It is Texas's version of the Latin cuisine. Okay. So there's that. So I'm interested to see what this tastes like. However, let's get into the ketogenic macro mix, right? 9% carbs, 16% protein, 75% fat. Now, if you know anything about the keto diet, and again, I understand it's high fat because guess what? You're trying to get your body to burn fat as energy instead of inputting a lot of sugar. So I understand the process of keto. But again, I feel like if you're going to do keto, it's a level of discipline, and there's still a healthy way and an unhealthy way to do keto. You see it out here. People will just slather everything with butter and cheese and be like, I'm doing keto. And it's like, yeah, and you're also raising your cholesterol. It ain't supposed to just be a free-for-all for all the fatty things that we like, filled with oils and fats. It is still supposed to be a measured eating process. And, I can only speak for my health professionals. It's not sustainable long-term. It is sustainable in terms of helping you retrain your mind around balancing out a complete plate, a balanced plate, but it's not a long sustainable thing, because as soon as you start eating anything regular that has more carbohydrates, guess what? Your body starts craving it more. And if you break that cycle, all the weight that you lost going to pop right back on. So there's that. But anyway, I will let y'all know how this tastes. It's a savory bite. So again, this is designed to keep you from wanting the fast food. It's designed to give you that nice savory taste in your mouth to keep you from wanting to order the fully loaded nachos and things of that nature. So I like it. I'm going to say that, just based on the nutritional value of 17 grams of fat, 15 carbs, 6 grams of protein, and 210 calories, this is a meal replacement. anytime I see something that has, you know, enough grams of fat, it's a meal replacement. It's supposed to keep you full. Oh, grams of fat and protein. Okay. All right. Here is a savory treat. This is Keto Bark dark chocolate with sea salt. Now, I know I said my comment about chocolate, right? I'm not really into chocolate. However, I will say I like dark chocolate and I like chocolate with nuts. So this may be one I eat. I'm not a milk chocolate person. I'm not. It's too sweet. Even though white chocolate's sweet, but again, I don't know. White chocolate doesn't have any real cocoa in it. I found that out on my last stream on the channel. So I was like, oh, that's bomb. Maybe that's why I like it. But I do like cacao. I do like dark chocolate. I don't need it to be necessarily full of sweetness. And so this is supposed to be a crunchy punch that'll bring you happiness with every bite, from tropical coconut to toasty almonds to spirited peppermint. We've got an array of flavors for every filling. So this one is the dark chocolate with sea salt. I'm interested in the tropical, so I'm going to look that up. But I'm going to let you guys know how this is. This has 120 calories per serving, 10 grams of fat, carbs 15, protein 2. Again, I feel like this is for those moments when you're craving something sweet and you're not going to go for, you know, the true piece of cake, brownie, anything like that. This was definitely a dessert. And again, I wouldn't eat this too late in the day, personally. You know, I'm not eating late in the day anyway right now, but personally, I wouldn't eat this too late in the day. It would definitely be like a midday pick-me-up or boost. Or I might even like kind of melt it in my coffee, because sometimes I put, you know, bits of chocolate in my coffee, dark chocolate. And dark chocolate's a good antioxidant. So there's that. Definitely worth a try. Like that it's in the box. And last but not least, and I'm going to be honest with y'all because I already ate one of these the other day. This is Catalina Crunch, all right? This one is the chocolate banana cereal. I can't remember the name of the one that I ate last time, but when I tell y'all, it was good. It was good. So this has 6 grams of fat, total carbs 14, protein 11. All right, again, I don't know if I would carry this around in my purse like I would the other one as much, but it's still good. Okay, the other one is in the purse. This one, and I'm trying it. This is pretty good. For me not to like chocolate, the hit of banana definitely helps this one out. I want to say the one that I had last time was like honey and vanilla. So I obviously just scoop that into my mouth. This one, if you like chocolate, you will like this. It says there's 0 grams of sugar, 11 grams of protein, 9 grams of fiber. So again, not terrible at all. I love that it has high fiber in it. Great for digestion. I love that there's no sugar load. And honestly, it tastes like it ain't got that much sugar in it. It's definitely capturing more of a dark chocolate taste to it. I'm not mad at it. It's not my favorite, again, because it's chocolate based. But I can't say that I hate it. Definitely would still probably go with the other one. But if all of the other flavor was sold out, I would pick that one up as an alternative, just to make sure that I had something that I could snack on that was low carb, high protein, to keep me balanced and, you know, metabolizing my sugars correctly. So there you have it. There you have it. That is the Teatis Mealbox. And again, I should put the stuff back in the box, right? I'm interested, and I will follow up with you guys because I never set up an appointment. I was sent this as a gift to try. and to give my honest feedback and review as someone who posts about their health and fitness journey very often. And I will now book an appointment and get a curated box to see how that process goes and to see what snacks they send me in the curated box, if they're better tasting, more to my palate, if they have enough options that will give me exactly what I'm looking for as alternatives. Because again, you know, there's a lot of meal box services. You know, we've got HelloFresh, we've got Freshly, we've got Purple Carrot. There's just so many I can name. You know, there's even keto meal boxes. There's so many meal boxes, but I can't say that there is one specifically targeted for diabetics and people who suffer from, you know, abnormalities with their blood sugar. So I'm very, very excited that there is a meal kit and an alternative that suits people with specific lifestyle needs, right? Specific nutritional needs. And so it's going to be, you know, interesting to see how this company grows. And again, I do pretty well with grocery shopping, but there's never enough, you know, ideas for how to switch it up so that I don't get bored and I don't just fall off the deep end, head to the Chick-fil-A line and order a large fry with Polynesian sauce and a spicy chicken sandwich. You know what I mean? Like I have to have things that will keep me in the house and exploring, you know, different food items in the grocery store. So that is one of the caveats to why I love this box. And if you would like to try it, just click the link. Well, there's not a link in this video, actually. I lie. But if you read the description to this video and you want to try it, you can get 20% off of your first box, Lolo 2022, all the way through the month of March. You can ensure that you have some keto snacks that you can try. I'm actually about to eat some more of these because now that it's settling in my mouth, it actually tastes really good. So that you can have some additional snacks to try. All right. So thank you for watching. Thank you for participating. Run this back in your free time. I also know it's Sunday and it's brunch. It's brunch time for us here in the DC area and really nationwide. People are getting up for brunch. So after brunch, if you feel guilty about, you know, eating all those carbs, come here and see how you can, you know, cut back for the week. But I appreciate you guys for watching and stay tuned to my next video. There'll be more to come. And now let me go walk these bad dogs because now they're like, okay, we gave you your time this morning. It's time for you, or this afternoon, it's time for you to take care of us. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye. And make sure you subscribe or follow the blog, systemofcurves.com, CYSTUM of curves.com. Stay tuned for more updates from me. Ta-ta.